Tyra Banks has returned. But she's not the same. Her face, her voice, her presence, something's changed. Online forums are buzzing, TikToks are exploding, and conspiracy theorists have one question. What happened to Tyra Banks? And why now? This isn't just about a comeback, it's about control, transformation, and the darkest secrets of the fashion world. From runway icon to global mogul, Tyra Banks has been called everything: the first black woman on the cover of GQ, the fierce face of Victoria's Secret, the creator of America's Next Top Model, and one of the first to turn fashion into a televised elimination ritual. But behind the smiles and sparkle, Tyra built an empire with razor-sharp power moves. She didn't just model, she judged, she dictated, and when she disappeared, people assumed she was stepping back, but now she's back and the internet says, this isn't the same Tyra. Tyra reappears publicly after a hiatus. Immediately, social media erupts with comparisons. Her jawline, lips, cheekbones all different. But here's the weird part. Her expression is flat, her eyes look vacant, and during interviews, she glitches, losing train of thought, going blank mid-sentence. Plastic surgery. Aging. Or is this a new version entirely? One theory gaining traction: Tyra has been replaced. TikTok investigators point out her voice pitch is slightly different. Her mannerisms have changed, photographic inconsistencies in her hands, posture, teeth. Some even claim she's a body double, part of a long-standing Hollywood practice to protect brands while the real individual steps away. Rewatching America's Next Top Model, viewers now say the show was more than entertainment. The scripted breakdowns, psychological games, bizarre challenges, some now call it a media ritual, sleep deprivation, public humiliation, altered identities, conformity over creativity. Was this reality TV? Or a blueprint for social control through beauty?
It's not be quiet, but everybody be quiet! That's what is wrong with you! But you're not. Stop it! I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this. When my mother yells at this, it's because she loves me. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this. When you go to bed at night, you lay there and you take responsibility for yourself. Because nobody's going to take responsibility for you. You roll in your eyes and you act like this because you've heard it all before. You've heard it all before. You don't know where the hell I come from. You have no idea what I've been through. But I'm not a victim. I grow from it and I learn. Take responsibility for yourself. Tiffany, I'm extremely disappointed in you.
What if I told you that this most iconic modeling show of the 2000s wasn't just about beauty? It was a ritual, televised, psychological, and perfectly legal. But now, people are rewatching it and seeing something darker, because this wasn't a modeling competition, this was a control experiment. Dressed in couture. Contestants were kept awake for days, confessionals filmed at AM, high-stakes challenges on zero rest. Why? Because an exhausted mind is an easily broken one. Psychologists call it vulnerability engineering, producers called it good TV. Every week, models faced judgment not just on their poses, but on their selves, shamed, mocked, stripped, hair chopped, identity erased, told, you don't know who you are yet. We'll show you. It's the first stage of cult programming. Dismantle the ego. Tyra's team gave them new names, new faces, new rules. You're edgy now. You're marketable. You're too ethnic. Not high fashion. This wasn't mentorship. It was compliance conditioning if you want to stay in the game. You change for us. People thought it was art, but what do you call it when you ask girls to model in coffins? Or on scenes of crime, homelessness, and even worse. This wasn't fashion, it was ritual theater. The best photographers didn't win, the best followers did. Push back. Survive another week. They taught us and the world that obedience is beautiful, and that's how you program a culture. Why didn't they speak out sooner? Because of NDAs, fear, trauma. Some contestants ended up in therapy. Others said they still hear Tyra's voice in their head. So ask yourself, was it entertainment? Or was it a public experiment in breaking women, rebuilding them, and selling the blueprint to the world? This wasn't reality TV, this was a media ritual. Tyra Banks was always more than a model. She was allowed to rise, backed by major agencies, global advertisers, and entertainment execs. She became a cultural architect, and when someone like that disappears, then returns different. It raises a new question: was Tyra programmed, reprogrammed, or replaced? Tyra Banks didn't just rise, she was elevated. From fashion runways to primetime television to billion-dollar branding, her face was everywhere. But in a world where image is currency and influence is weaponized, no one rises without being chosen. The question is, chosen by who? Behind her, major modeling agencies with ties to legacy Hollywood, endorsements funneled by ad execs with global reach, entertainment deals guided by networks known to groom icons for social engineering roles. Tyra wasn't climbing the ladder. She was installed on a platform, one that needed her to play a part. Then she vanished. Slowly, subtly, Tyra began retreating from public life. Social media presence dropped. TV deals paused. Her once dominant image faded. Where did she go? Some say she was resting, others suggest something more deliberate. Offline recalibration: when symbols of control are too exposed, they're pulled back. Updated: now she's back, but not as we remember her. Her face altered, her eyes disconnected, her energy scripted. Theories exploded online, voicing consistencies, behavioral shifts, dead stares mid-interview. Some even suggest this isn't Tyra but a double, a placeholder, a symbolic puppet. The conspiracy isn't about plastic surgery, it's about a complete persona reset. Why would they reprogram her? Because we're entering a new era of beauty: digital, synthetic, post-human, AI influencers, filtered perfection, genderless avatars, and Tyra was one of the last living icons. To stay useful to the system, she had to be updated or replaced. Her new presence: more polished, less personal, almost artificial. This isn't just about Tyra. Other female icons have vanished and returned with similar shifts: Britney Spears, Madonna, Avril Lavigne, Wendy Williams. Some say it's plastic surgery, others believe it's part of an elite protocol: disappear, upgrade, deploy. These women become symbols first, people second, and once a symbol outgrows its programming, it's either rebooted or retired. Fashion is changing, AI influencers are rising, the old icons are being dusted off. Some say Tyra is being used as a face to reboot fashion mindsets, to soften us for a post-human beauty standard. Her new image: uncanny, symmetrical, almost digital. Former models from Top Model have spoken out, alleging abuse, manipulation, NDAs, claiming the show broke people, suggesting Tyra ran it like a cult leader: charismatic, untouchable, feared, and now her sudden reappearance feels like the return of someone sent back with a mission. Here's the truth that scares me most: Tyra Banks didn't just shape culture, she became it. She was everywhere, she was untouchable, and now she's back. And it feels like we're not supposed to notice what's changed, but we do, and maybe that's the whole point: to see the cracks, to question the faces we're told to trust, because when identity can be packaged, updated, and resold, no one, not even Tyra Banks, gets to stay real forever. The fashion world didn't just sell clothes, it sold control, and Tyra, she was the perfect prototype. So the next time someone reappears, ask yourself, are they returning? Or are they being rebooted? This is the story of conspiracy. Stay awake, they count on you falling asleep.